Hi everyone. So we're going to answer a question here. It's a very good question, very valid, very good question. All good questions everybody has. I just want you to know that I do see all the comments that come through. I can't respond back to everybody right away. Over the years, I have developed a lot of more comments than I can handle. And of course, on top of regular life, it's hard to get to everybody. So if I respond back to you and then you respond back to me and we kind of get a little conversation going, but then I stop, it's because there's just so many other questions and then life starts happening. And then before I know it, I've lost who it was I was talking to or where it was at, what video and stuff. So I apologize for that, but just know I always see your questions and your comments and thoughts and opinions and everything, and I respect them. They are valid, and always feel free to bring up another question or repeat it again if I didn't answer it yet. Alrighty, so the question is from CVD in Japan 7935. So hi if you're watching. The comment and question is, the thing I don't understand is why isn't osteoporosis more common in kids and young adults? Why does it seem to take 70 years for it to be an issue if your body has fully rebuilt itself every 7 years? Very valid, very good question. Oh my gosh. Yes, because the body is always trying to rebuild and replenish. Like, there is so much time that goes by before you literally have a new set of fingernails, a new set of taste buds, a new strands of hair, you know. So your body is constantly rebuilding too. The reason why it's not more common, you don't see it in kids in young adults, is I think it's because it's the amount of years that you have under your belt, how long you've been living. So you have a younger child and the young adult, they've only been living for, okay, so a child, say 10 years old, and then a young adult, maybe like 20 years. How come you don't see osteoporosis with them? Well, because they've only been living for however their age is, forever how long they've been living. And so versus a more elderly person or someone who is later in life, like a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old, and then a 60 or 70-year-old, well, they've been on this planet 50, 60, 70 years, so you've got more time of damage to be done. Osteoporosis, the way I kind of view it, is it's an accumulation of all the bad habits that you've been doing to your body. So a 10-year-old versus a 70-year-old, well, they've only got 10 years under their belt of doing damage versus a 70-year-old where they have 70 years of destruction under their belt. So when we think of osteoporosis, of course, we know it's somebody who breaks their bones a lot or who is bent over, or they just can't, they're just not straight. They're not straight. They're bones, or they're diagnosed with it too. And when you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, elderly years in life, on the other side of life there, it's easier to see the effects of the damage that's been happening over the years versus a 10-year-old or a 20-year-old. They are still contributing to osteoporosis. I'm sure the rate is slightly different as we age and stuff, but I think you're still contributing just about to the same amount as you were versus your 20s, 10s, tweenies, young adult, middle age versus elderly age. It's just, it has to do with the amount of time that you've been living before you start literally seeing the effects. So it's the same way with our skin. Okay, so a young person, their skin is nice and tight and looks young, but once they reach their 50s, 60s, 70s, the skin starts looking more aged, and a little like gravity kind of takes its toll. But that's why we take care of ourselves, so it can stay younger longer. And the more you take care of your body, the less of those effects you start seeing in your elderly years. The reason why we see all these other these effects on people that people are trying to reverse, or using creams and stuff and trying to fix it with medications and stuff. It's because they're trying to turn back time from all the damage that they've done. They're trying to redo all the damage that they've already done, but the damage has already been done. That's why you take care of yourself now, at whatever age you are exposed to this plant-based lifestyle, that you're exposed to eating healthfully. You take action now so you can avoid that in your future. Yes, are all going to age, but you won't age like somebody who's eating a standard American diet, someone who's eating massive amounts of meat and dairy, or eating the regular home-cooked meals, still including meat and dairy in their diet every day. Your aging process and what you actually see is going to be a lot less, almost down to zero, because you've been taking care of yourself. You look at a lot of these long-termer people who have been eating healthfully, they do not look their age, and the age that we think that you should look old, that's based off of somebody who's been eating poorly. Because the majority have been eating poorly, so we view a 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old looking like this, or having this problem at that age. But when you take care of yourself, you don't have those problems. You don't have those problems. You are still feeling young and looking pretty darn young because you're taking care of your body. I said that in my video on taking care of yourself in your elderly years. Will you be in pain or will you be thriving? Because if you take care of yourself now, you are avoiding that painful stuff in your future. Now, of course, we don't know what our future holds, of course, but we can certainly take the steps now based off of what we have seen throughout the years, what we see around us, and what we know about health. We can take better action to avoid those things happening in our future, so we ourselves can live a better life and be better, more confident in our body, and have our body thrive a lot better too, and not have to endure what a majority of the world goes through. The moment when you're eating the acidic foods, you're contributing not only to the other things in your body, but you're contributing to osteoporosis. So it's not only happening like for kids and young adults. As they eat animal products, they're contributing to osteoporosis right after that meal, after that consumption of dairy, animal products, and the acidic foods. We can say like, okay, here's someone who's perfectly normal, we'll say just perfectly healthy and no osteoporosis at all. But then all of a sudden they start eating acidic foods. Okay, so, we just did some damage. Okay, we just did some damage. So the body's trying to rebuild, it's trying to rebuild. Okay, so it's trying to get back straight, but you don't really see it. But there's a little bit of damage that happened, but you don't physically actually see it. So the next meal comes, I'm hungry. And they choose to eat animal products. We did some more damage. No, we did some more damage. And the body's trying to rebuild, like Loren Lockman was talking about. Like every meal that people are eating, it's so acidic, and they're eating consistent animal products that the body can't keep up. So every time the body says, hey, I need some food, you keep making damage. And the body's trying, maybe sometimes the body can replenish a little bit and it straightens back out, maybe a little bit, but it's still kinked. It's not fully straight. Okay, but you get hungry again and you choose to eat animal products. The body's like, oh my gosh, like, okay, you did damage to me, but I'm going to try to repair. I'm going to repair as much as I can. Okay, you're choosing a plant-based meal? Good. I'm not losing more calcium. I can try to rebuild a little bit more. I can try to rebuild as much as I can. You're feeding me this meat again. Oh my gosh, so I'm back down here. And then in time, every time you do that, year after year, it ticks. And you don't notice it until you're a certain age, and then before you know it, you're kinked over and you're not straight anymore. So I think it has something to do with the rate that the body loses the calcium, like Loren Lockman was talking about, of filling the bathtub, how much water is coming out, but then there's a drain plug. So maybe for some people, it happens at different stages in life because maybe they do focus more on plants, but they still incorporate animal products and dairy. And then you have a group of people that eat all animal products and all dairy, heavy on it too. And then they develop it sooner in life. So I think it's probably how often and how intense you're frying or cooking your food too, and how much you're consuming. Why does it seem to take 70 years for it to be an issue if your body has fully rebuilt itself after 7 years? My best educated guess is even though the body rebuilds, it's probably not rebuilt fully like it should. And when you're consistently eating acidic foods like Loren Lockman talks about, it can't fully restore. So it's constantly being beat down. And so the body's constantly in survival mode trying to get it back, but you keep causing more damage and it can't keep up. So again, like Loren Lockman, you can't, your body's not able to replenish and restore its stores as like it can because you consistently keep eating foods that are taking away from your body, that is causing your body to take away. So I think even though your body, they say your body restores after so much time, it rebuilds after so much time. Yeah, it may rebuild, but what is it rebuilt on? Is it, and did it fully rebuild? And then even if it does rebuild, like you're consistently beating your body up and it's still trying to fight going back and it just can't keep up. And so your body rebuilds and it can replenish, but it's having a really hard time. And it may restore and rebuild things in the parts in our body, and things are replaced. But is it fully healthy? Is it fully rebuilt healthfully? My thought and my best educated guess is no. It may be rebuilt, but it's rebuilt on a not a very solid foundation. Your body just is constantly trying to keep up, and I think it kind of goes through this back and forth thing, but in time it's just kind of like going like this. And then when you're in your elderly ages, that's when we really start, when it's so obvious that, hey, you got osteoporosis. It's so obvious because it took that much time in order for you to see all the years that you've done the damage, and your body is just like, well, you haven't been taking care of me, so this is the state we're at. But you can reverse it. You can reverse this. Just stop hurting me. Stop giving me the bad stuff, and I can get you straight again, and I can get you healthy again. But you got to take care of me. So, that's kind of my thoughts and opinions on that. Alrighty, everybody. So let me know your thoughts and opinions and comments on that. What do you think? Help them out. And I'm not the health expert. I don't nutritionist, dietitian in any way, shape, or form. I don't claim to be, and I don't want to be. But it is very interesting to be part of this and to learn more about it and to, see the miracles that God can provide when you take care of yourself. The miracles that do happen when you follow God's leading of you, taking care of yourself. It's amazing what can happen when it's just simple, so simple. When you go to eat, choose wisely and choose plants, and you'll be a-okay. But anyways, remember to love being raw, vegan, plant-based, all foods, whatever floats your little boats. Just remember to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself literally. Do the best that you absolutely can. Put a big old smile on your face today. I hope I did that for you. And I will see you next video. Bye, guys.